Hello everyone and welcome to this new video in Flowbytes Dalinga tutorials. And in this video, I will show you how to use Dalinga API, Open API, without registering for Dalinga IDE. So if you have an account, of course, there is a lot of bonus stuff. If you have an account, you will see your workspace here. You have relational databases. It is saved. You can return to them anytime, and then you can modify some tables. You can add tables. You can go to the new SQL and create new SQL collections, and you have URL web links, and you have API keys that you can provide certain data to certain people for certain time only. And you have a lot of good stuff. Also, it is graphical user interface, so you working with it is very simpler and easier. But also you can use the API, it's Open API, without registering for Dalinga IDE. So I am using a REST client application. It's an extension in Chrome here called Postman. From any REST client, you can go, and then the URL here, you have to provide our URL, which is very obvious, ide.flowbytes.com/API-PDO.php. And then you have to choose the method as post, and then you choose the row, either text or JSON. But if you choose JSON from here, it will be a little bit more beautiful. So the first attribute is the method. It has to be generate. The second attribute is table or name. Name is the table name. For example, it is staff. It is staff here. And then the rows, you select how many rows you want. The locale, you choose, for example, English or any other locales from the locales that are supported by Dalinga. If you go to Flowbytes, you will see the locales that we support so far. It is 9 locales. These are the locales. And the format you want the data with is JSON, for example, or you can use XML if you want also. I'm going to choose JSON. And then you have fields. It's an object. And in these fields, you provide the field name, like Mark. It is between 110 or between 10 and 100. And then the result, if Mark is greater than or equal 80, A plus. If Mark is greater than or equal 70, A. If Mark greater than or equal 50, B. Otherwise. So we have how many ifs? 1, 2, 3 ifs. That's why we have 3 closing brackets here. And then you can send. So when you send, you will see the data like this, the mark and then the result, mark and the result. So this is how you get data from Dalinga IDE without registering, just on the fly. Let's call it on the fly. If you are using, for example, you are doing some presentation about mobile development technologies like Flutter, and then you want fastly, you want RESTful data, and you are aware of Dalinga functions, you can use this in your application. You can use it from a REST client to show, or you can use it from inside the development IDE that you are using, be it Java or Flutter or Kotlin or any other language you are using. You can use the HTTP request with the post method, and then the data as JSON, row as JSON, and you get the data. Let's add another field here called name. Name is going to be concat of any name, and then space, and then male name. So if we send, actually, you should not provide this comma because it is a well-defined JSON request. And then when you say run, you will see the name beside anything. So if you are aware of Dalinga functions, you can just on the fly create a lot of stuff. Address, or you can call it here vehicles, and then we can provide here location. It's a geo point, and we can select a city, for example, Hamilton, Ontario. This is the latitude and longitude of the city. So we can go back and give it the latitude, comma, and then the longitude of the city, and then 40,000 meters, like 40 kilometers around. And then also we can change the format here to geo, JSON, and send. And we get the format in GeoJSON. We can just copy it, go to viewers like geojson.io. We can copy the data. Sorry, we made a mistake. So it's geopoint, and then run to get the data as we want it. So if you copy, we go here to here.map, for example, copy, we'll get our points. Or if you go to a website like geojson.io and we copy our data, we will get also our data in the Hamilton city, like 22 scattered point. If we click on it, we will get the attributes. You can change the marker from here to see it differently and stuff like that. You have all the points. You can see them. So this way, you can use Dalinga API without registering in the IDE. You don't have to register in the IDE. You can just send a post request to get your data in any format you want. If you came here and change to XML and then send, you will get the data in XML format. See, you get the data in XML format. You can get it in HTML format. You get it in a table format, or you want it, for example, in CSV format. You can use all the features, all the formats that Dalinga provide to get your data. You can get it also in SQL format. This is how you get it in SQL format. So you see, you can use the IDE API, the Flowbytes IDE API, without registering for Dalinga, just to create data on the fly very fast and test with it. Thank you very much in this video. We'll see you in next videos for Dalinga of Flowbytes.